view of the interface. Over here we have our layers palette. We have 3 different layers right now, and if we click the eyeballs off, we can see the visibility of each. If we select these layers, we can see we have a line, and that tells us which layer we are actively working on. Right now we see green, and if I came over to this paintbrush tool right here and I started drawing on here, we wouldn't see anything happening. But that's because we're targeting this background layer. So if we turn these eyeballs off, we can now see it. If I hit this little guy right here, these are foreground and background colors. I am now painting with a green color. Whoops. If we hit the tool to the right here, we would reset those colors. Second tool we have is this thing called a gradient tool. If we start to draw on it, we get a gradient. We can do it from all kinds of different directions. We can also constrain it by holding the shift button down. If we want to reset our gradient colors again, we can just hit that guy. And if you notice, our thumbnail will also resemble what we're doing right here. But we haven't lost everything. We now have, we can now see our background layer, and we can now see our green layer. Another tool that we need to be aware of is this selection tool. So if I come in here and I come over and I start to draw a gradient, if I come over and grab my gradient tool and I draw a gradient, we won't see it, and that's because, again, we're not on the right layer. So if we turn these off, we can see we're now on that correct layer, and that's going to help us out. If I come over here and I move this, draw a new gradient tool like right here, and I come right here, drag it, it is now happening just in that selected area. To deselect, you can come up here where select is, and you can say deselect. And again, we can turn on our layers. And one other tool is this selection tool. If we come and grab this right here and we start to move it, we can see that we're now moving this tool, this layer, excuse me.